And it's time for your interactive segment. Israel joins me very soon. But you know how to join the conversation is on Joy News on TV, and on Facebook is on Facebook/Joy News on TV. And we can have a beautiful conversation. Remember, no harsh words. Let's be nice to each other and let's enjoy this conversation. So the Energy Minister, Boakye Jacko, seems to be in control of our power situation as his ministry intensifies efforts to get our power situation fixed. One of the things he seeks to do is to put public offices on solar energy, all in the bid to reduce the burden on the national supply. Question: do you believe this will take the pressure off and resolve the power challenge?
There will be options to choose from. We will have hydro, meaning we also have solar, so there's an option to choose from. You know, most state institutions don't pay for electricity bills, so if it's going to reduce the burden on ECG as well, because they are not going to pay bills.
Those rural areas which don't have power can be actually diverted to them for them to use. And we know ministries, they actually consume a lot of energies and they don't pay their bills. And that bills will be offset since solar energy will be brought to the ministries.
The government agencies, they use a very high sizable amount of energy. And one other problem is that most of them do not even pay their bills. And this cripples the activity of the ECG. So if they are taking out of the national grid, I think it will help. It means there will be more amount of energy for the rest of us to use. And I know that the consumers, let's say the citizens, they don't use that much.
All right, so those are some messages from the streets of Accra. We can go to Facebook because a lot more of the messages are there. Israel?
All right, so that's the post. And Agropa says, yes, it will. We're in a country where we experience heavy sunshine almost throughout the year, yet we had to get something out of it. It will help reduce the pressure of on the energy sector, and every household should be encouraged to get one. Kwesi Boating says it will go a long way to save us some energy. I'm even surprised to date our street lighting system still depends on the national grid, while the sun just wastes away. We should be up and doing. And talking about street lighting using solar, there's some street lighting.
I think we have that, yes.
That relies on solar. And Adnan says, one ministry's energy expenditure file strips that 15,000 households. If these energy bugs do not pay for the energy they consume, it spells doom for the power sector. The solar initiative is a welcome idea. I'm not sure, however, though, how much solar that they can rely on, because the ministry is a huge institution. It's going to be using air conditions and all that. You need a huge bank, battery bank.
The contemplation is whether the solar can be able to.
They'll just rely on. They'll just use the solar for light purposes.
Exactly, and then probably
use ECG for other things.
Other purposes. Al-Hassan Yakubu says the competencies of President Nana Addo's ministers has just started showing up to the public. It will take so-called wise people a long time to think this way. Solar will be the solution to our energy crisis if this is a reality. I back his ideas and will help him with prayers to achieve this target. God be with you, Honorable. Haruna Elias Tamale says, yes, it is the surest bet to reduce the pressure on our energy sector. This is a view I held a long time ago. The solar power thing must be implemented with alacrity. Let's talk about speed.
But solar is great. I mean, I have solar in my home.
You
should get solar.
Yes,
too.
I think it's something I should, because I mean, the situation we find ourselves, it's one of the best ways we can go.
But the bills are going to go up.
The bills are going to go up.
The ECG bills are going to go up.
With the solar?
No.
So the solar will take part of the pressure.
Because the ECG, utility tariffs will go up.
Will go up. So, of course, we should start thinking of diverting to solar.
Exactly.
It will help us a lot. And also, today is World Meteorological Day, and it's important to deepen awareness on the job of the Meteorological Agency here in Ghana. Admittedly, people's confidence in predictions made by the agency has been questioned fashionable over the years. But that notwithstanding, the relevance of the agency cannot be underestimated. So tell me, how seriously do you take weather predictions by the Meteorological Agency, and whether you have ever been affected by changes in the weather for ignoring the weather forecast?
I don't take it that serious because their predictions are not accurate. There are instances that they will tell you it's going to rain, it will not rain, it's not going to rain, then the rain will come. So actually, when I'm going out, I do my own predictions. I look at the weather and then do my own thing, but I don't actually rely on them. I've never been beaten by the rain because I ignored their maybe their advice or so.
I take it urgently, I take it serious. As a pivotal thing, we should always take it serious. I was going to school very early in the morning. I saw the weather very badly, but I never concentrated on it. I never, took it serious, and I was really punished about that.
You hear the weather forecasters saying there will be rain tonight, but unfortunately, no one knows God's nature. Before you realize, maybe in the course of the day it is raining, or other way around, in the course of the day, the sun scores. Oh, I quite remember last time I went to town and I heard that they said there will be rain tonight, but unfortunately I never took it serious before I realized it was raining.
I haven't been taking predictions so seriously for now. I think it's due to past experiences. When they say it's going to rain, then you pick your umbrella, you get there and nothing.
But more often than not, their predictions are not correct, and so a lot of people,
they're not spot on.
Definitely,
yeah.
But sometimes it happens.
But they complain that they have obsolete equipment,
and
so
I think I agree.
They need more.
How many years now? It's a long time. They need to change it. All right, so let's check some messages on Facebook.
Martinez says these Ghanaian meteorologists always deceive in their weather predictions. Today they will tell you it will rain, but rather the sun shines more than ever. Christy Boatseng says, how often does the agency itself disseminate weather information to the general public for us to even take them serious? The few ones that they bring out only comes at the apex of the situation, so time to even prepare becomes questionable. They should be up and doing. They stop complaining. They should stop complaining to us about obsolete machines and complain to the right agency. Richard Kweku from Poman says, I found myself in trouble when I ignored signs of a clear chance of rain a few days back. Virtually all my clothes I had washed had to be re-washed. Sorry about that, Richard.
And Chef Mona says, does these meteorological people exist at all in Ghana? Yes, they do. I'm just asking, their predictions, dear. Hashtag Madampo. And Makante Matthew says, I do not take some of the predictions serious because sometimes they are inaccurate, but I do listen to weather tidbits every day just to keep myself informed so that I do not get interrupted with whatever activity I may be undertaking during the day. Koto Nero says, my great-grandpa can stop rain and make rain to fall, so I believe him more than the scientific theories that predicts rain and storm, but nothing happens. Okay, so how does your grandfather do this? And Harun Eliasu says they've really lost their relevance. Their predictions are normally born out of guesswork and assumptions. The Medea Simon writes, I know the agency might have logistical constraints evidenced by their poor prediction outcome sometimes. Those are a few comments on the meteorological day, but it's Throwback Thursday, and I want you to recall some of the things which you definitely don't need a lot of effort to do. Growing up in a typical Ghanaian society where discipline has always been a pride for families, most Ghanaian parents do not hesitate at all to crack down the whip when their children go wrong. You remember those days? You could even get punished just for playing ampe with your friend behind the house. So I want you to cast your mind back and tell me that one punishment from your mother or father you will never forget.
Stooping.
What's stooping?
It's like you place your one finger on the ground, raise your other leg, and you just be like that. I can demonstrate for you if you like.
Please do.
It's not like this. Right? Yeah. and you can go and you can do that for hours.
The punishment was that my mom seized my phone and I was phoneless for like a year. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she didn't want me to talk to the guy, and she was like, I'm not ready, I'm not supposed to be in a relationship for now.
She punished me to scrub the washroom, and that was the day I was going to like SHS, Holy Child. And I said I will not scrub, so I went to hide. And we were supposed to report to school like by 4, everyone's supposed to be there. And I couldn't, like I went to hide because I thought by 4 she'd make us go. She didn't make me go. She made me scrub before I went to the school. I didn't even get a room in school, so I had to go and sleep in an annex.
My mom hates football, and she told me not to play football ever in my life. And one day I went to play football, and then she caught me. So she locked me outside. Then she told me to squat, and like it was a punishment, something like this. So I was told to squat and do that for like about almost 5 hours.
About you down when it's done this way, you know, your knee, that is the elbows being on the ground, then your leg being stretched up at your back. And it's been like an hour before you get up, and it's been one of the most exhausting punishment I've ever taken.
Interesting things people do. Is you recall that punishment?
That's for me, regular canes. The cane.
I used to worry your mother, I can tell. All right, let's check some messages on Facebook.
Because some of us, our parents used to practice the Van Damme way of punishing. Really? They'll beat the hell out of you, and you will not even think of repeating that nonsense again. If I want to list the number of beatings from my mom, I'll let you extend the interactive segment to next week. Canes were a cheaper commodity in my house. Them there says Simpson Justice or the cane. Today, because of some so-called human rights, some parents can't instill discipline in their own children. The result is there's so much insanity we have. Papa Bekan says, my dad will put you at a corner for hours without turning your neck and paining your legs. Will make you lose appetite for what you did. But after a few hours, oh boy.
And Priscilla, okay, Haruna Eliasu says, making me pull my ears while squatting up and down. After such punishment, you are tired and really exhausted. Anaman Recipe says, I was denied journey to the West. Shameful. That's a day, in fact, I was sad. And Leonard Grant says, they gave me everything I needed and taught me no responsibilities until they died and had to fend for myself. Oh, and had Mystical Brimer says, my dad gave me double slaps for beating his goat bar during my JSS days. And Ark the Excellent says, Mom prepared my best food and said I won't eat. That would be painful. All right, and that, David, do we have a trending video? All right, so that will be it for the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Have a great evening.
All right, so do we have the trending video or not, David? All right, that'll be it for the bulletin. My name is Israel. Have a good night.